Well, hello guys, this is GoldenIDS welcoming you to the next episode, or the first episode, in a series of videos I'm going to call Review in an Hour. What I'm going to do is play the first hour, and just talk about what I think of it, how it sets the game up. Saves me having to do a whole LP, but also I really enjoy it. Now the game you can see is right there, Xenoblade Chronicles. When I bought this the day it came out, with its wonderful red controllers. This is a European exclusive. If you live in the US, you'll have to import it. Although Nintendo are watching this release very closely, so they may release it in America, depending on how things go. Now, one of the best parts of this game, well, there's several things. There's so much to do. It has almost 300-hour game time, which rivals some MMOs. As usual, make sure that your Wiimote is tightened and that you're, one, not a complete idiot, and two, don't fling it around like the adverts, because then you're a complete idiot. So essentially, they are the same point. Okay, we're allowed a room around you during playtime, yeah, we know. Anyway, I think this has to be the most beautiful introduction screen to any game I've ever seen in my life. The music. I think most of you, as soon as this note, will know who it is. It is Yoko Shimomura. Well, Yasunori Mitsuda, the guy who did Xenosaga Episode 1 and Xenogears, says he's the composer. There's compositions from Ace Plus, who I'm pretty sure did some of Xenogears as well, a few other people, and Yoko Shimomura. Let's just find out who those are. I have them open, if I can even pronounce their names right. It is, where we go, the other one is Manami Kiyota, and I'm not quite sure I've not been able to find that out, but basically it's the, it plays out much like Final Fantasy XII, this game, but as I said, it's the most beautiful introduction scene I think I've ever seen before. But let's delve into the options now. Notice how that noise is so Yoko Shimomura. Notice the languages. You can change them to English and Japanese. So for those of you who love multiple dubs and hearing things in the Japanese dub, this is perfect for you. And it still displays the language in English, even if it is the Japanese voices. I think most of you by now, who've heard Yoko's offering for the Birth by Sleep soundtrack, will just recognise that violin. She has such a way with violins. Anyway, with brightness, you can change the brightness in-game, which is handy. You've got lots of options. I mean, it's wealth of options. I just love this theme. It's so good. And yeah, all these things you can do. You change how the event scrolls. That's kind of similar to the Xenosaga 3 feature, which skips it on after such a long time. After a certain bit of text, it'll just disappear. Now this reminds me heavily of some of her things in Kingdom Hearts 2, and almost Terra's theme in a way. But yeah, this game is made by Monolith Soft, who are the same people who've made Xenosaga, and the same group of people who worked on Xenogears, but are part of Square at that point. It's not part of any series. Xenoblade Chronicles is its own game. It was originally called Monado. You'll listen hear that and it'll be funny. But Monado, A New Beginning in America, but it was changed back to Xenoblade in this country to give homage to the creator, who's poured his heart and soul into those Xeno series, despite constant cuts. Anyway, a new game. We'll see how this goes on. The loading screen is quite a long time, but everything in the game is rendered in the game, which is really, really nice. There are a few scenes so far which aren't. I think one scene, and that's only. It's not surprising it wasn't rendered by the console, and you'll be able to tell it instantly. But yeah, so I'm playing this game blind, effectively, so we'll see how this goes.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then two great titans came into existence. The Bionis and the Mechonis. The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained.
Interesting.
Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Important to note that this music is also done by Yoko Shimomura and the other guy who I keep forgetting his name, Kyoto. Very good theme. Love it. In fact, the music throughout this bit is amazing. I'll just let you watch it.
Get away from me! Retreat! No retreat! The Apex unknown! No! No!
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Young man, we've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two! We've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving!
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching!
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah! Ha! What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
What a nasty piece of work he seems to be. So wonder they never picked it up beforehand. Anyway, I love a game that kicks you into a battle in about 10-11 minutes after a good cutscene. Anyway, the game kind of has a Final Fantasy XII feel. You can fight enemies randomly in the field, but also you can go into battle here in a set area. So, you've got the middle one, which allows us to auto-attack, and basically he auto-attacks normally. You can't stop that, he just attacks. The three buttons are what we call arts. Basically they unleash the power of the Monado. If you wonder why I say Monado, you'll hear soon enough why we all say Monado. One of them enchants other people's weapons, as you see here, and one of them deals ridiculous damage. It's called the Monado Buster. Increased damage to Mechons there. Obviously the Mechon comes from mechanical, and the Bion comes from biological, the Bionic, yes, we know. But it's pretty good that they throw you in at this stage, clearly overpowered, to deal with the enemies. It's got a good feel to it. It sets a good omen really for the game in terms of cutscenes. Yeah, unlike Xenoblade, which would stick quite a long cutscene at the beginning of the game before you get some gameplays. But Yeah, the voice acting is all English as well, so it's a little difficult to get used to in a sense because I'm not used to a lot of English people. But I love some of the things they put in are really good. But Shulk's voice, who we'll see, Shulk sounds like a Pokemon. We'll see later on. That's why I go the Monado. Anyway, the jumping is possibly the only thing in this game which looks crap. Everything else, I mean, the draw distance is pretty poor, as you can see in some areas around here. Things just tend to pop out at you. But to be honest, not surprising considering how good these graphics are for the Wii. Anyway, we'll get into some of this later. After we Monado Buster this semi-boss, who's obviously almost higher than us, I think. Oh, that's not good. It's one of these typical before game scenes where you get where you're ridiculously overpowered and have fun beating them. I can't think of a game that's like that, but anyway, onwards. Onwards!
You gotta be kidding!
It's their main force. Looks like the Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out. They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, let's even the odds a bit. You heard him.
Dixon, Munka, let's do this! Ah!
Going down that easily. Tumban! Are you alright?
Oh, what does it look like? I'm still good to go. Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually. Munka! What are you doing? That way is... Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here!
Munka, you dirty...
Now, don't worry. I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys! Wait!
Huh? If this is a joke, it ain't funny. Looks like this is it. At least we know our luck can't get any worse from here. Dumban?
Dixon, take care of the survivors.
Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine! Oh no, please! No! Vile Mechon. If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
And transition into the pre-rendered bit. But so far, it's a really good cutscene to set the game up with. Really good. The music was fantastic. I loved the music in that scene. Still love the music now. See there, that was actually, I think, yeah, whatever. And there's the two dead remains of the gods who died in epic combat. And I guess that sword was the... Oh, the Mechon has started to fall apart. Xenoblade Chronicles. As I said, I'm not going to LP this game. It's far too long and I haven't even finished it yet. But I'm just doing this as kind of my own review. And if I was to come back to it, I'd simply redo this bit. That's not an invitation for you all to ask me. So, I really enjoy the beginning cutscene and the music and the gameplay. Let's get on with the rest of the game then, shall we?
A Mechon M71. I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Oh, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled.
It's completely useless. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Ryan! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
And once again, this is a brilliant theme from Yoko Shimomura. I know they pile on a lot of her music at the beginning of this game. Anyway, the stuff down there has changed quite a bit. I'm imagining maybe because we don't have the Monado yet. The Monado. Anyway, you've got backslash and this a move which inflicts break. Probably something they've an idea they've taken from Xenosaga 3, but I'm not yet sure how the break status works. And that just tells you obviously how they refuel, as if we didn't know that.
We can definitely do this.
Shulk annoys me a little bit, but Ryan's got a really good voice actor. It's just Shulk's voice actor's a bit posh.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a theme. I'm pretty sure it's not by Yoko. This one, but this is a really good wandering around theme. I've been looking at the music because actually it's kind of interested me. I've been through the soundtrack. I've kind of skipped through to the 10 scenes. Anyway, in an option in regular gameplay, you have the option to target an enemy, then look at what you want to do with them. Then you can initiate the battle. The battle doesn't begin until you've hit them, unless they're already trying to attack you. Now, when you do attack them, if they've been somewhat neutral, an aggro ring appears around someone who the enemy is going to attack because it's been aggravated by them. So, you know, sometimes you want to let someone else take the damage, because Ryan's a bit of a tank, as you saw. Should be good for that.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony's gonna be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado.
There we go.
I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Sounds it.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
So yeah, that's how it... Nice beginning. After you defeat every enemy, they will all spawn treasure chests in which you go over and take from. And there you go, levels up. Affinity coins. I'm not yet sure what those are. Okay, so you go up to the treasure chest. I love this music. It also changes with day and night as well, which becomes good. So let's just take a look around. As you see, you'll notice a bit of the problems with the draw distance, as I was explaining earlier. Things do kind of pop up at you, but remember the game is looking amazing for a console, for a home console, especially a console which is in HD. If you look up there, you'll also see the marker telling us how far we've got to go. But here, you target him, initiate battle, bang. It's that easy. Not as easy as Final Fantasy 12, mind you, but still easy.
It's over. Who else wants some?
Oh, rhyme. But there we go. Those crystals, I think they're like, you can fashion into other things. Anyway, the little bunnet. Obviously, it's like a bunny, but, you know. You can sit here and mess around for quite a while to beat them, but so far, I really like the battle system. It feels good. The music, oh, never gets boring. Good old Yoko. You know, Yoko's offering so far, it's pretty much all we've heard. Has been really enjoyable.
Yeah, we got him good. Cool. Let's keep this up.
Yeah, let's keep this up. Anyway, we'll see you in the next part when we head onwards. See you guys.